After much deliberation, I have decided on the exhaust fan for the garage. This is the iLiving 20-inch shutter-mounted exhaust fan, model ILG, too bad it's not an actual ILG, ILG8SF20V. This is a 20-inch fan. It's a variable speed fan with temperature control. What I really wanted was one of the Dayton ones with the round blades, like what's at my grandparents' house. Haven't found one since I bought this house, so like a lot of other things here, I had to get the next best option until I can find what I really want. I wanted to get one of the TPI ones as the alternative, but I cannot afford one. So this one I think is the next best bet. iLiving seems to be a pretty decent name. They made that, or they didn't make it, but they put their name on that high velocity fan. It's the old SMC style from the 90s, and the motor on this one looked pretty decent in the photographs. So I have suspicions that this might be pretty satisfactory. Now after I made the purchase, it just occurred to me that I have an 18-inch Dayton blade, and I should have bought the 18-inch model and just swapped the blade, you know, and the chance that maybe the shaft size was the same. But the 20-inch one moved almost twice as much air, or it was rated at that. Who knows if it's actually true. So that's why I went with the 20-inch one, because I want as much airflow as possible. This could be interesting to install because, interesting not in a good way, because the window opening is like 20 and a half. So I think it'll fit, but it's going to take a lot of finagling to make it fit properly. So this comes already with the shutter on it. Show what the best way to open this up is going to be horizontally. Here is the instructions. We'll get to those momentarily. Here is the fan itself. As you can see, well, if you can't see, but from what I can see, that's a pretty serious looking fan. Not at all disappointed in the appearance of it whatsoever. A lot of times you open something up, it's like, oh, that looks chintzy. This does not look chintzy at all. This looks pretty good. Even the box is pretty solid. I got everything out of the box. And I'll just check later after the video. Alright, so here's the fan itself. It's got a good weight to it. It's supposed to be ball bearing, although it looks like there are oil ports, so I don't think it's going to be ball bearing if there's oil ports. That might be ball bearing. If it's not ball bearing, that's a very good sleeve bearings. Excuse me, having some problems here. Okay, so the top would be this. It would go like this. So, I mean, this is solid, heavy-duty stuff. It's a PSC motor. And the blade pitch is pretty significant too. I mean, that's pretty good. Look at that. That's a lot better than you get on even on like the TPI high velocity fan. That's still pretty good. I think this is better. Exhaust fan motor, PSC 139-640M, Class B, so it can take quite a bit of heat abuse. Quarter horsepower, 2.75 amps. Something with 2.7 amps that's PSC is no joke. That's a lot of power. That's pretty much, or that is on par with the old patents, the 20-inch patent high velocity fans. Yeah, there's no lateral play with the bearing, so I do think that it is ball bearing like it claims it is. Alright, so shutter operates just fine. Might be a little bit rattly in the wind, but that's nothing unusual. And the wiring, got to wire it up. So, alright, so the fan itself looks promising, and it's pretty sturdy guard. Looks like I can take the fan itself off with these 4 bolts, and then what does it have? What does it look like on the other side? Yep, it's got studs on there, so I could take those 4 bolts off and get the shutter all situated without the additional weight. So it should be easy to install one person. The shaft is like, that's not a regular 1/2-inch shaft. That's a 3/4. This really seems like a no-joke fan, which is surprising because there's not much made today that's reasonable, but this seems quite reasonable. Alright, this is the control. So it looks like it's a puny little switch for this thing. This actually is going to work perfectly, because what I will do is I will put this I gotta think of how I want to lay this out, because what I'm going to do is there's going to be 4 switches next to that cabinet. 3 will be the light stages, and then 1 will be the fan. And I gotta see if I want to have the 3 switches over there with the switch for the fan plus this, or do I not have an additional switch and just use this? Then I'd have to run a cord over, which is not a big deal. I could do that. The only problem is this doesn't appear to mount on the wall, so this might have to go near the why would this not mount on the wall? That's really stupid. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this then. Okay, so it's not going to be able to go over by the board. I guess since this is thermostat, it would make more sense to put this near the fan, because the fan will draw the room's air and the temperature of the air towards it. So this seems a little chintzy, but I mean 3 amps and the fan pulls 2.7, you're going right on the edge there, but I mean this doesn't seem terrible, but this is not as impressive as the fan is. And then we got this cord here. This is a 16 gauge cord. I actually found today a heavy duty wire thing that I'll use to a wire, what the heck's it called? Like a flexible conduit, which I'll use just to make it look nice. So, alright, so this is cool. This is a serious, seemingly a serious fan. I'm not sure what this is for. This is kind of confusing to me. Those would seem like oil ports, but it's not. I mean, if it's ball bearing, it's not taking oil, so I don't know. Anyway, so this will be my project maybe for tomorrow. I guess I'll try to do this. Try to get this installed. It's going to go right there in that window, and then I'll move the air conditioner into the other window, and that'll be a better, much better solution for both pieces of equipment. Okay, I just had a little, actually kind of a major brain fart. The reason why this doesn't mount to the wall is because it plugged into an outlet. Durr. So this right, so it will hang on the wall. So, and I just got to figure out where my preference will be to have this installed.